Merry Christmas, good people. Got a story for you. There was once a very selfish and mean boy named Billy who was making his Christmas list very long, and his dad saw him doing this, and he said, outraged at his son because he had been so mean, that, Billy, I'm going to plop you right in front of the nativity scene, and you need to look long and hard at it to tell me what's the real meaning of Christmas, and write a letter to Jesus afterwards. So Billy looked long and hard at the nativity scene and got out a pen and paper, and he said, "Dear Jesus, I've been a very good boy." But since he knew that Jesus knows everything, wadded it up and threw it away, started again. "Dear Jesus, if you give me all the presents I want, I'll be a good boy for a whole year." Probably not going to work either. But finally, he wrote another. "Dear Jesus, if you give me everything I want, I'll be a good boy for a whole week." But he knew that wouldn't probably happen either. And so frustrated, he looked long and hard again at the nativity scene, and suddenly inspiration struck. He slowly reached out to grab the statue of the Blessed Virgin Mary and put her in a box and tucked that box away in his room. And he said in his next letter, "Dear Jesus, if you ever want to see your mother again..." Oh, Billy, I don't know about you if you've been naughty or nice this year, but I do know that spending time in front of the nativity scene with the Blessed Virgin Mary included is good for us and will help us to deepen our prayer and relationship with Jesus and the Holy Family, especially if it's in a Franciscan church this year, since the church has granted a plenary indulgence for everyone who can spend time in prayer before a nativity scene in a Franciscan church, because it's the 800th anniversary since St. Francis of Assisi reenacted the first nativity scene in Greccio. And so the usual conditions apply for a plenary indulgence, and I'm not going to go into all the details of an indulgence, but I'll include a couple links here below that you can read about it. Read about this indulgence and about what an indulgence is. Basically, it means kindness or a gentleness. That's what the word means. Granted, especially from God. Of course, God wants to be kind and gentle to us, but we need to be open to receive it. So, go find a Franciscan church and spend some time praying there with the conditions. Of course, confession, receiving the Eucharist, and praying for the Pope. And you can read more about it. We're praying for you. Merry Christmas, and have a blessed New Year.